During this week, we are going to explore the principal islands of the Ionian Sea, here in Greece. Greece is vast, but this particular region isn't very large, so we believe that in about 1 week we can explore practically everything here, seeing all the islands that we think are really cool, before we head down a little bit further to the other, larger islands, and eventually make our way to Athens. So this week we'll be covering approximately 85 nautical miles, essentially hopping from one island to the next.
I'm going without sleeping properly, you guys already know that, right?
That's something I truly do not like. And as always, every day I plot our route here on the boat's chart plotter, and I also put it on my phone. Why do I do this? This way we have redundancy. In case something happens with one piece of equipment or the other, it works very well to do it this way. The checker is on, the radio is on, the radio from upstairs, and the binoculars. Is this the headset? No, not today, we're all good. What else is there? I guess that's it, right? Let's go. There's a lot of mud on the chain. It comes up really dirty, doesn't it? In anchorages like this one, where the seabed is made of silt or mud, the anchor comes up extremely dirty. So Patty has to keep putting the anchor down and then bringing it back up again so that we can properly clean it. We've set off from here, no wind at all, absolutely 0, 0, 0, 0. So we'll probably motor for about an hour and a half, and then I believe the wind will come. If the wind does come, we'll be able to sail to this next anchorage. We'll have to see what happens. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, now is the perfect time. Alright, it finally worked out perfectly. The wind has really picked up now, and we're currently experiencing 15-16 knots of apparent wind, which translates to roughly 13 knots true, on a close hold course at around 40 to 50 degrees. So with our sails up and no engine running, we're now sailing hopefully all the way to our next anchorage. And just over there we have a boat belonging to some friends of ours, also Brazilians, called Dos Peregrinos, who are sailing right here beside us, possibly heading for the same anchorage as us.
And the day is just calling for a little grace.
Look at this cold. Look at this cold. It was boiling hot when we left, but now this little breeze has come in. We've got about 20 knots of wind, and it's freezing cold. It was meant to be 3.5 hours, but we sailed, I think, in just over 2 hours and arrived. There was a lot of wind, it was great, it was very fast, but it rocked a bit. And it rocked in a swell that's bad for Patty. For me, the bad swell is the one from the front, you know? But for her, it's this side-to-side kind of swell. So, here, look. No good morning for you today, sweetie.
Night has arrived here, you see. It's 9:30 in the evening. Our anchor today, it's just Snoop holding us. Tell me if you're seeing Snoop too, or if it's just me. We're here with 15 knots of wind, then it drops to 3, and the boat is spinning more than a top.
It's 6:30 in the morning, and we've just woken up now quite early to head to our next anchorage. Definitely this was not the most peaceful anchorage in the entire world. The winds were blowing from one side, then they'd blow from the other here on Joy. We must have spun 360 degrees, I don't know, 500 times, 1,000 times, it's a lot. And it's annoying because staying at an anchorage like this, you feel this turning motion, and it's not as comfortable as if there's no wind. So we're looking for the perfect anchorage. We're leaving here now, 6:30 in the morning, and we're heading to the next one, which is called Fatih. I think it's going to be about 4 hours from here. So there's not a lot of wind right now, but I think a little breeze will come in and we'll be able to sail. I think we'll be there in about 4 hours. Yeah, I'll get everything out, open the sail, and have it ready to hoist. Oh, my little light I left here last night stopped working. I'll let the engine run for about 10 minutes before we leave to warm it up, okay? The sail is open and all prepared so that when the gentle breeze arrives we can immediately hoist it up without it being furled. I furl the sail every single night because there's a lot of dew, it gets completely wet and it just deteriorates, you know? And also for safety, if a very strong wind were to hit, it could potentially come loose from its mooring here and swing open, and that would certainly pose a danger. And now Patty is going to head up to the front of the boat. She'll lift the anchor to release us, and that way we'll be able to continue on our journey. So far, we've been able to keep sailing, and we're currently moving at almost 5 knots, which is absolutely fantastic. We don't need to use the engine at all, just the sails. It's going really well. We should arrive, let's check. It's 10 o'clock now, so if we get there in about 2 more hours, we'll be there.
Good morning, Greece. We're here now in a really beautiful and peaceful anchorage, but it certainly wasn't like this yesterday, not last night. Wow, I honestly don't think I've ever seen a place with such wild, crazy winds as we've experienced here in these last 2 anchorages in Greece. My goodness, these are what they call katabatic winds, which really pick up speed because of the mountains nearby, right next to us. And on these islands, there are mountains that are like this. They have peaks, like actual volcanoes, and the wind passes from one side to the other and it flips the boat, spinning it 360, 180. The last 2 anchorages have been like this, so I'm going to sleep properly now. You all know, don't you, that I'm the little guardian of the anchorage here. I stay awake through the entire night, watching to see if the boat hits a rock or runs aground or crashes into another boat. But tonight was really annoying because the wind, it would die down and then 2 seconds later it would give Joy a spin and go up to 20 knots. Then it would die down again. It kept going back and forth. This one didn't even see it. Duda just sleeps while I'm here taking care of Joy.
Wow, what a truly delightful anchoring. This is how it works. You will sleep so very soundly. I found it to be really good.
We woke up groggy today, but now it's time to weigh anchor and head to the next anchorage, where I've read there are katabatic winds. Maybe another night I won't get much sleep, but we're going there. It's called Vati, and it's here on the island of Ithaca. And it's very close by, about a mile I'd say, a mile and 600 meters. It's really quite near. So we're heading there today because I needed to go to the market. I would really like to eat some authentic Greek food here because it's been days since we've gone to a different restaurant. We've been cooking chicken and rice and sweet potatoes here every single day, and I really want to eat a nice Greek salad.
It doesn't really look like Greece yet.
Please throw away the garbage. The wind is coming in full force right here in this bay, so the little boat has to be left right here at the... It's It's really pounding hard here today. There's just no way around it. Sometimes, it just doesn't work out.
The important thing is we found the trash, and it's 3 steps away. Let's go.
At least here in Greece, it's not like Tirtesa. In Greece, there are many trash cans where you can throw your garbage. Folks, Havaianas have changed, but the little foot sticking out with the toe, no.
And so on your right side is Joy way in the back.
Here, it's like one eye on my plate and one eye on Joy, to make sure she's alright. The wind is expected to pick up a little now at 3 p.m, so there's still an hour, we can eat peacefully and go back. But now, when the crazy charters arrive and start dropping anchor right in front of you, we just keep an eye on them. I, at least, have never eaten. Have you ever had this before?
Never.
No? It's a feta cheese and it has a really nice crispy crust. Then he drizzles some honey right on top, along with, what's the name of that other thing? This is sesame. It's absolutely delicious. Oh my goodness, you absolutely have to try it. Healthy. Just one little French fry. I couldn't resist. I stole it.
Come on.
And mine is this thing over here. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it's meatballs. Tudo knows what the name is.
Oh, I don't remember, but it's really, really hard.
There's someone who's just keeping their eyes on my plate here.
Oh my goodness, this cat is so clever he came with his soft little purr, you know.
You see, he said he wants some pork meat.
Here, a nice little piece of pork. He got it.
Oh, for me to get back to Joy. The swell is really starting to cause some serious trouble, and the wind is quite strong. Oh my goodness. But it all worked out in the end. Good morning, my dear Greece. We are currently here on the island of Tassos in the city of Vathi. Today is beautiful today, no strong wind. It's like a swimming pool here. This bay is really well protected. 360 degrees, completely surrounded by mountains, and we always exit here through this opening, this little gap that's there. We go to the right and already go out to sea. I was reading here about this region here of Tassos, which is this island. In 1953, there was an earthquake here that knocked down almost all the little houses on the island. Then they rebuilt the little houses, right? And people live here peacefully nowadays. There haven't been any more earthquakes, at least for now, right? Everything's fine here, all good. And another interesting thing I was researching is that here in Greece, there are many islands with bays that always say Vathi. I was like, but Vathi? Another city named Vathi? This is Vathi, it's Vathi, the real Vathi. But Vathi also means safe harbor, shelter. Here in Greece, the wind is very strong. It's quite windy. In fact, there's a sunken boat there. This bay called Vathi, which is supposed to be safe, we're going to go see it now. But this is what it means. So when you look at the map here in Greece, and it has Vathi written on it, and there's a really strong wind, or something like that, it's probable that the bay will be very well protected. So that's it. We're staying here today and tomorrow to enjoy the calm, because yesterday it was crazy with wind and swells. And we are going to enjoy the day, take a little walk downtown, stroll around, relax. Because here in Greece lately it's only been very windy in the evening, we can't really enjoy it.
Well, we're close to saltwater today. Yesterday we took a saltwater bath when we were coming back from the station. And now, look, we ran out of gas for the little boat. We have to find gas, fill the tank here and put about 10 litres here for us to have as reserve. Because what if we don't find it, right, in the future? So, let's go. Now that, we're in trouble.
Hi.
We'll have to find another one. I have no idea where to find a gas station. There are still 5 litres in the jerry can. It won't run out right now, but...
The downside sometimes, when sailing around islands like these, is the lack of infrastructure. Like this one, Tassos Island here, it's not very large. And it seems the only fuel available on the island isn't working for boats, Obviously, there's fuel for cars in the city. Maybe we'll have to take a jerry can and fill it up at the car's gas station, That's an option too. So you begin to navigate into this particular bay, which yesterday was experiencing a very strong headwind. Then, the moment you arrive, you turn the boat to drop anchor, and you're suddenly confronted by this shipwrecked vessel.
It looks like it's been there for a while. You can already see the rust eating away at the mast of the boat. It's hard to get a boat like that out of the water after it sinks. You have to call a rescue team. But it's always horrible to see a boat sunk like that, no matter if it's new, old, whatever. But it's tense to see that. I don't like it.
Oh, I see the gas station now. It's right up ahead, look.
Young dog.
Turns around. Hi. Oh.
The station is right here, you see. It's only 2 blocks away. We actually have a cart that could certainly carry this large jug for us, but we really want to get some exercise, you know?
So
We are so incredibly active on the boat that any opportunity we get, no matter how ridiculous it might seem, like this one, we're going to head back to the dinghy just like this. Wow, this is such a beautiful station, isn't it? Just look at this place. I really think it's closed right now. Where
isn't
are all
anyone
the
there?
people who work at this station?
Do you actually have to call and schedule a time to get fuel? It looks like a gas station from a horror movie.
Oh my god, but why would they do something like this? There's a gas station right here. But it's completely closed.
You know?
Now we don't have any gas for our little boat. At least we have a little bit to get back there, right?
We're going to have to climb that mountain.
I think it's really
over
going
there.
to...
Our daily camel mode has been successfully activated. Ah, now we're going to climb that little hill to buy some fuel. Sometimes having a house and a car is good, right? It's easy. Alright, listen up everyone. We're going to drive this small road behind the mountain up to the station. We can't really complain because we're going uphill on the way there. So when we come back down with a full tank of fuel, it'll be a lot easier, right? The street here, this little road, is very narrow and cars are passing extremely close to us.
Oh, I'm just exhausted. I'm completely worn out. She really wanted to get some exercise, you know? So I just let her.
Let me tell you, we're in a place here in Greece. This island is very famous. And here, one of the greatest Greek poems of Greek mythology was written.